welcome. I hope everyone is having a terrific afternoon or evening wherever you may be watching this. And I have my DVD collection over to the right here, and also in the other room as well. And instead of doing a video for each movie, I figure I'll do three in each, movie review, 3 movie reviews in each video, and just start going through some movies that I like or don't like, whatever, as it may be. A lot of the movies I happen to like that I own, some I don't like. I like to just analyze. So, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? The Mule has been a sleeper box office hit for the later part of 2018 up until 2019. It's fading away at the box office now, but in the South and Midwest, it's done very, very well. It's a road movie, kind of, in some way. A lot of it's on the road with the Clint Eastwood character. There's a couple other movies that are like that are Clint Eastwood movies. A Perfect World, 1993. I'll review that another time. But one that people don't really point to all that much is this one. It's directed by Clint Eastwood as well, The Gauntlet. The Gauntlet, starring Sandra Bullock and Clint Eastwood. The Gauntlet is a very interesting movie. I'd like to see it maybe redone or retold in some way. Phoenix copmen shockingly dream of breaking the big case has faded. So he's an old beat up cop. Assignment is to escort from Las Vegas prostitute. And basically, I'll just surmise all this. It's not a bad description, but it's a little long winded. Basically, he's hired to guard a prostitute, but he's a witness in another case or something too. They want to get rid of him, so they get these two kind of expendable people to go drive to Phoenix together. And then all these gamblers and people at large start betting money on when they're going to die, like what mile marker they're going to die at, if I'm not mistaken. The movie's very clever. I don't know, for early 80s Clint Eastwood, or I guess 1977 movie, a lot of people haven't really heard of. It says The Gauntlet is a trip you can't miss. I highly agree. I figure it's one of the best Clint Eastwood movies of all time, especially one that's not ever talked about. So The Gauntlet, Sandra Bullock, her performances in Sudden Impact, and The Gauntlet are to be reckoned with. Let's not be rude about her. She's a very, very talented actress. Despite her relationship with Clint Eastwood, she seemed like a terrific person too. Made a movie, Impulse, directed that with starred Teresa Russell. Very good film. And rest in peace. She just died in the last 2 weeks, so really do like her. I got this 4-pack here. I'll go through all these movies. Obviously, I like the Children of the Corn movies. I don't like the narration of the kid in Children of the Corn 1, so I'm going to stick by my contention that I still like Children of the Corn 2, Children of the Corn 3, obviously probably my favorite, 2 and 3. And then 4 is okay, but 5 I really, really do like. And then obviously 6 not as much, and 7 I really do like. So, I mean, I like Children of the Corn 1 a lot, but it's definitely not my favorite of the series. I want to be clear about that. That part with the narrating of the kid, all the kind of goofball stuff going on in it. I don't know. You don't really get that as much in 2 and 3. I'm being quite serious about that. CHUD. That's the movie I wanted to review next. CHUD. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. They are CHUD. They're hideous, they're hungry, and they're headed for the streets. So Home Alone, John Hurt and Daniel Stern are in it, both of them. Something horrible is on the loose in the sewers in Manhattan. It's just, I don't know. I wish I could see it on the big screen. I like the setup of it. He's this painter, he's like this photographer dude, and got this pretty hot girlfriend who plays her. Here's this Kim Grease. I don't know. The movie kind of loses something in the second and third act. I'm going to rewatch it again, see if I can follow it all the way through, because I was having a little bit of a hard time with that. So there's CHUD. John Hurt, Daniel Stern. They look like they're, even though it's just 8 years before, Home Alone, they look like different people. 8 years. So at the end of this, I'll just talk a little bit about something else because I'm only about 5 minutes in. But I'll probably be a little bit after this. This is Talladega Nights. It's probably cliche to even talk about this movie, but now I was thinking about it. I don't really know of any people that I follow on YouTube that have reviewed this or talked about the DVD or ever trumpeted for a sequel at all. So I'm starting to trumpet really strong for a sequel. I don't know why there hadn't been a sequel to Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights, in my opinion, I think it actually was a bigger hit than Anchorman. I could verify that, but I think it made like $10 million more than Anchorman. And then Anchorman got that really shitty sequel. Yeah, you Google Talladega Nights too. There's something about that they had a story for it once, and I don't know. They think the time has passed. I don't know. I just think that's ridiculous. Anchorman, the time had passed. This one, no. I mean, it would bring back interest in NASCAR in a way. I mean, not that NASCAR really needs it. I don't really care one way or another about NASCAR. I care about this movie. It's very, very funny, and it holds up years later. And not only doesn't even need to really hold up. It's a good movie. Like, you just like the character of Ricky Bobby. You like the character. You like the characters. You like all the characters. It's a good movie. So I was trying to just see if I liked it again, and I did. So I wanted to recommend Talladega Nights. The director's commentary is pretty funny, but you don't learn anything about it. In fact, you learn false information about the making of it. The guy just makes up stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah, we filmed this clearly an outdoor scene at a real race car place in the South, Talladega," and they're like, "Oh no, we filmed this in India. We burned down these buildings, built it there, and cost $75 million and all this." So he just makes up stuff for every scene. It's like one of the guys in the crew in the movie. If you've seen the movie, one of the guys that's always kind of saying some deadpan comment. He's one of the guys doing the commentary too. So he's like one of the more random guys in the cast to do a commentary. So clearly it's not your average commentary. I would have preferred probably a normal one, but it was pretty funny to have this one. I bet you I don't know. There's a lot they could share about it, but I'm sure they shared a lot about the making of the movie. So I figured they'd do this different kind of commentary. And what can you say about this movie? You can say quite a lot, actually. It's really underrated, the performances by the people that would become very famous within a couple of years of it. Clearly, John C. Reilly was at maybe the peak of his fame, or, can be getting there again, maybe in the future. Who knows? Amy Adams, maybe her second or third movie, fifth or sixth movie, I mean, it's a big prominent role for her. What can you say about her? She steals the movie. Jane Lynch become very famous within the next couple of years. She steals the movie. Michael Clark Duncan steals parts of the movie. So sad that he's passed away. Superstar Molly Shannon steals scenes in the movie. Greg German, not bad in the movie, does his role. I've got to watch the deleted scenes again, but they were pretty interesting. They were entertaining, I should say. A lot more improv things, a lot more things that people, they would just make up lines that got cut and stuff. So, I mean, this is your typical movie where you just get the camera rolling and you get the comedians and actors doing funny stuff in front of the camera with an established premise. They had an established screenplay, I'm pretty sure, but I don't really know if you can. I mean, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay wrote it, so it's been really cool to see a more traditional commentary with it. But you take what you can get. It has all it has all the outtakes, all the other different stuff. Pretty cool part where they show Will Ferrell returning to Talladega to be the head of what do you call it? you know, like the race guy. They guy that they're having the Talladega race, and he's the head marshal. There you go, the marshal at the race. So he's interacting with all the drivers again and all that. And that's the strength of the movie, just showing the. I mean, it's a great NASCAR movie. You got Days of Thunder, you got very few others. You got, I mean, the mood piece, Bobby Deerfield, which is about racing but has no racing scenes in it really. Um, so this is definitely not that. This is a real exciting movie, and though it's 2 hours and 1 minute, I just looked that up. I was surprised to realize that. So those are some movies. I highly recommend Upside. I feel that was a really underrated movie, really powerful movie, starring Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart. Look forward to seeing Kevin Hart in more movies. Haven't seen him in too many. I think I'll see if this can upload. We'll do some more discussion of movies and reviews. This has been fun. These have been 3 reviews of The Gauntlet, which I highly recommend. I think of Clint Eastwood's upper echelon of movies, this movie should be mentioned. I think it's in the top 20 for sure. I mean, I've seen almost every one of Clint Eastwood's movies. This one's very, very high up. It's way better than The Mule. Not that The Mule is even that great. It's not. Mule is like a mid-tier Clint Eastwood movie, mid to low tier. If Hereafter is on the low tier, and I guess other ones we can get into, then Mule is better than Hereafter for sure. Better than Invictus. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. CHUD, I want to rewatch again, but it needed a little bit more in the second and third act. I like it though. I like the setup, and I like the part where they just jump down the sewer, these little cannibalistic humanoid urban dwellers. But I gotta make sure I understand the story a little bit more. So I recommend that one though. Check it out. Got 2 big guys from Home Alone, except for Joe Pesci. And then we got a third movie I was talking about, which is Talladega Nights, the greatest Will Ferrell movie of all time, one of the greatest comedies of all time, and a movie that if they make a sequel of it and it sucks, it won't even ruin the first one. Whereas Anchorman, I mean, you can't ruin Talladega Nights. Is my point. It's been so long anyway now. You just can't ruin it. So I don't care if they do a sequel, because if they do it, I mean, I want them to do a sequel. I don't care if the sequel's not good. The original is still going to be better. This movie's better than Anchorman to begin with. So it would still probably be better than Anchorman 2. So I'm just doing about like barometers of how bad things can get. I don't think it can get that bad if you made a Talladega Nights sequel. Make it that Walker and Texas Ranger are both, on the NASCAR circuit, and then you got their daddy, Ricky Bobby, still racing, and you maybe got Cal Naughton the third or something. Just get the whole new generation going, man. It would be really, 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 really funny to get in today's day and age where they're all just like on Instagram every minute. I don't know. I mean, NASCAR is definitely maybe 30% less popular than it was back then. But maybe here's that angle. They get a woman on that racing. Maybe Ricky Bobby got a daughter or something. He got Ricka Baba. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope you guys have a good afternoon and evening, and stay focused, stay warm out there.